Hello my little Niffa friends, welcome back to my channel full of magical geeky goodness. We are continuing on with our Crimes of Grindelwald videos and I'm so excited. But today we are talking about Credence, his lineage, why everyone is trying to find him, why he's important. But first, if you're new here, hello, my name is Brittany Kimberly. Please go right ahead and click that subscribe button because there is going to be so much magical geeky goodness on this channel this month and I'm very excited about it and I would love to have you join along. Now, fair disclosure here. As you are watching this, I have already seen the film, but at the time I am recording this, I have not. I'm actually going to see it tomorrow. I'm so thrilled, but there should not be any actual spoilers in this unless I'm brilliant and some of these things are right. So there are already quite a few theories about Credence wandering around the internet, and the Super Carlin brothers actually did a video speculating whether or not Grindelwald is actually Credence's father, and I'm going to talk a lot about that in this video. So if you have not yet seen the Super Carlin brothers theory on that, I suggest you go watch it because I'm going to be referencing it quite a bit in this video. And I think by now we have all seen this family tree. We see Tina studying this quite intensely in quite a few trailers, and this family tree is going to be super important. The first thing that is super apparent to us is the fact that Credence Barebone is actually named Corvus Lestrange and he belongs to the Lestrange family. He also happens to be the half-brother of Leta Lestrange. Now, this can play so many different ways in the movie, I think. So I'm very interested to see how this all plays out. So this is kind of how everything gets really convoluted, actually, is just trying to figure out why Leta and Credence are connected and who their father is. And the entire connection here is that Super Carlin brothers think that Gellert Grindelwald is actually Corvus Lestrange IV. I think the part that makes this seem so promising that Gellert Grindelwald is Credence's father is the fact that everyone, it seems, is searching for Credence and trying to prevent him or help him to figure out who he is. The fact that him learning who he is so important obviously means that whoever his family is very important to this whole scheme of things. I have even speculated that in this scene,
you want me to hunt him down to kill him.
Newt isn't talking about hunting down and killing Grindelwald, but actually hunting down and killing Credence. We can see from the trailers that Credence is definitely still an Obscurial. He still has this power inside of him. And this makes Credence incredibly dangerous to the wizarding world because one tantrum from his Obscurial could risk the exposure of their world to everyone. And they're already at such a high risk for this just because of Grindelwald himself. So it makes sense that MACUSA or the Ministry of Magic wouldn't want someone like that just running about. Leta and Theseus are very obviously engaged. They are in a relationship in this movie, and if we have figured out that Credence and Leta are both offspring to the same father, and Credence is this dangerous person that we know Grindelwald is hunting down, whether or not he is their father, you could see how Theseus might think that Credence is a threat here and how he wouldn't want him threatening his betrothed, especially with the fact that in this poster it says that Leta is implicated by prophecy. So whatever that means danger. That's what it means. It means dangerous things are happening and no one wants them to. Now, the Super Carlin brothers, again, watch their video. They make some incredibly strong points that it's almost hard to resist the fact that Grindelwald is Credence's father. They make it very clear that Gellert Grindelwald is in fact Corvus Lestrange. My issue with this matter is Grindelwald's entire mission in America. So we know that Grindelwald goes to America and takes on the identity of Percival Graves. And doing this, he is on the hunt for an Obscurial. If, say, Grindelwald was in fact Credence's father, then wouldn't he have known from the start that Credence was who he was looking for? Why would he have assumed that it was a child under the age of 10? Wouldn't he have a good idea of what Credence's age would be if he was his son? Or was he truly just looking for an obscurial and didn't realize that A, Credence was the obscurial, or B, that Credence happened to be his son? And that just all happened to be a huge coincidence that the child with extreme power was his own child, who is also an obscurial that he wanted to find, right? Like, what? I personally think Grindelwald is way too smart for that. The only thing that would make sense to me here is if Grindelwald was in fact Corvus Lestrange, he came up with this entire backstory to prevent Credence from knowing what he was doing, and he just wanted to observe Credence to see if he was in fact as powerful as he thought, and to see if he was even worth his time or energy. Because whether or not Credence is his son, Grindelwald to me doesn't seem to waste time on people who aren't going to benefit his mission and his movement in the world. But my next issue here is the whole naming situation. Obviously it states here that Credence was born to Corvus Lestrange. Gellert Grindelwald is clearly not Corvus Lestrange. What I might agree with is how the Supercarlins say that maybe Gellert Grindelwald took on the identity of Corvus Lestrange, and in the same way that he took on the identity of Percival Grey. My reason for this is that Gellert Grindelwald was known as Gellert Grindelwald from the time that he was a child. It's not like he grew up like Tom Riddle and then decided to change his name because he didn't want to be related to his Muggle father. He has always been known as this name ever since he was a child. If Grindelwald did in fact steal the identity of Corvus Lestrange and end up marrying Clarice Tremblay, who we know as Credence's mother, it would then make sense why Clarice would flee from Europe and end up in America, because honestly, I would flee too if I found out the man I was married to and had a child with was not at all the man that I thought he was, but rather a power-hungry dark wizard trying to enslave the rest of the world, you know? I would flee too. Now back to this venue with the whole family tree here. We not only see Tina here multiple times, but we see another character. This character, based off of investigations from IMDb and also promotional posters, is Yusuf Kama. Where else do we see the name Kama? Right here in the family tree. This is Lita's mother, Lorena Kama. So we can assume that Credence has a half-sister from another mother who happens to have a half-brother from another father. Things are getting very convoluted. Lots of different things to look into here. And don't you worry, because I will be doing a video on Lita's story as well, but we're still looking into Credence, and I want you to know why is it important that Yusuf Kama is looking into Credence's family tree. Yusuf's mother was taken by a dark wizard. The Supercarlin brothers assume that this dark wizard is Corvus Lestrange, aka Gellert Grindelwald. My issue with this situation is that Lorena Lestrange was not just Lita's mother. She didn't just have a child with Corvus Lestrange, but she was also married to Corvus Lestrange. Either she was bewitched into marrying this dark wizard that took her away, or Yusuf was raised to believe that she was taken away. If his mother ended up becoming a dark witch and following this dark wizard, Corvus Lestrange, which we know the Lestranges to have a backstory, back history of being kind of dark. Or Mama could have just, you know, left and found a new husband. The important part here is that Yusuf made an unbreakable vow to find Credence. We all know from the Harry Potter books and movies how serious an unbreakable vow is. The only other person we've seen make an unbreakable vow was Severus Snape to Narcissa Malfoy. And we know that if someone makes an unbreakable vow and they break the vow, they die. So someone wanted Yusuf very badly to go out and find Credence. And if Yusuf does not find Credence, he's going to die. Who would make such a serious agreement, vow with Yusuf in order to find Credence? Why is that so important? Is it Yusuf's father out for revenge? Perhaps the Ministry of Magic? Maybe they took him in, they know that he's somehow tied to the family, and they forced him into making this unbreakable vow? Or maybe It's the real Corvus Lestrange, not Gellert Grindelwald, but who Gellert Grindelwald assumed the identity of, maybe. I don't know. I think the case for Grindelwald being Credence's father is very strong, but I also think that there's still so much that we don't know. J.K. Rowling herself said that we might leave this movie thinking we know something and be completely wrong about it. What we do know is Credence is being hunted down by everyone. Even he himself is on a hunt to find out about himself and who he truly is and why he is so powerful. He is most certainly at the very center of this film, and I'm very excited to see how it plays out. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of Credence's lineage. Where did he come from? Where is he going? Why is he so important? If you like this video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up, and if you're not already, please click the subscribe button, because like I said, so much more magical geeky goodness coming, so much more Crimes of Grindelwald videos all the way up until the official release. More speculation and more unwinding all the mysteries that J.K. Rowling has put out for us. I'll see you all tomorrow with another video. Bye!